It happened during one of the coldest winters I can remember. I live alone in a small house outside town, surrounded by woods that always feel darker during winter nights. On this particular night, the snow was falling so hard I couldn't even see the road from my window. The wind made the whole house creak. Around 12:40 a.m., I was sitting in my living room wrapped in a blanket, trying to stay warm. Suddenly I heard it. 3 slow knocks on my front door. At first I thought maybe snow had fallen off the roof, but then it happened again. Knock. 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 Extremely slow. Like whoever was knocking didn't care how long it took. I froze. No one comes to my house in a snowstorm. And no one visits me at night. Ever. I quietly walked to the peephole. The glass was fogged from the cold, but I could still see something. A man. Wearing no coat. Just a thin hoodie. Standing in the snow. His head was tilted downward, like he was staring at the porch floor. I didn't open the door. Instead, I called out, "Do you need help?" He didn't answer. He didn't move. He just slowly lifted his head and revealed that he was smiling. Not a normal smile, a wide, forced smile like someone trying too hard to look friendly. He said in a soft, shaky voice, "Can I come inside?" Every part of me screamed no. But I kept my voice steady and replied, "I can call the police for you." The man's smile instantly dropped. And then he whispered, "Don't do that." I backed away from the door, my hand trembling as I grabbed my phone. Before I could dial, he started knocking again, this time faster. Harder. "Let me in, let me in, let me in." It turned into pounding. I ran to the back of the house with my phone, but the moment I reached the hallway, everything went silent. No knocking. No footsteps. Nothing. It stayed quiet for about a minute, until I realized something. The snow outside was fresh. Perfectly untouched. Whoever had been knocking wasn't leaving footprints. And then, from my back door, I heard the quietest voice. "I know you're in there." The police arrived 20 minutes later. They found no one, no signs of forced entry. And not a single footprint around my house. To this day, I don't know what stood on my porch that night. This happened when I was 19. I lived in a small basement apartment under an older couple's house. The entrance to my place was in the back, down a narrow set of concrete stairs. One night, around 1 a.m., I got home from my shift at a restaurant. I was exhausted, half asleep, and it was freezing outside. I remember fumbling with my keys, trying to unlock the door. That's when I heard someone whisper, "Don't go inside yet." I jumped and looked behind me. There was a man standing halfway down the stairs. I hadn't even heard him walk up. He was maybe mid-40s, wearing a beanie and dirty clothes. His eyes looked unfocused, like he wasn't fully aware of where he was. I said, "Dude, what are you doing?" He didn't answer directly. Instead he said, "You shouldn't go in there. Not tonight." He started stepping closer to me. I turned and banged on the upstairs door, yelling for the older couple to wake up. I could hear their dog barking inside, but the man didn't seem scared or bothered. He just took another step. "Why don't you listen to me?" "My name?" I had never seen the guy before. I had never told him my name. Hearing him say it froze me completely. The upstairs door finally opened, and the old man stepped out. The stranger instantly bolted up the stairs, shoved past him, and sprinted into the darkness. We called the police. They took my statement and searched outside but found nothing except a shredded piece of paper near my door. It had my name written on it, and my exact work schedule for the week. The police said the man might have been watching me for days. I couldn't sleep for weeks after that. Every knock on the door made my blood go cold. Because someone out there still knows my name. And he never got caught. Back in 2017, I lived in a duplex with my best friend. We weren't in a bad neighborhood, but the area got weird at night. A lot of random foot traffic, strange noises, and sometimes people ringing the wrong doorbell. But one night was different. It was around 2:30 a.m. when someone rang our doorbell. Not once, 5 times in a row. I checked our camera. Standing at the door was a woman wearing a long coat and no shoes. Her hair was tangled, and her face looked pale under the porch light. She kept stepping close to the camera, then backing away. Almost like she didn't understand how it worked. My friend whispered, "Don't open it." The woman suddenly spoke, but her voice sounded broken, like she was trying to talk while choking. "Please, please. I need help." But something was off. She wasn't crying. Her face wasn't scared. Her expression didn't match her voice at all. It looked like she was pretending to cry. We yelled through the door, "We'll call the police for you." The woman instantly stopped crying. Her face turned blank. Then she whispered in a perfectly normal voice, "No police." She stepped so close to the camera that half her face filled the screen. Her eyes didn't blink. She whispered, "Just open the door." We backed away from the entrance. The woman then stepped backwards off the porch and stood completely still in the yard. Not moving. Not blinking. Just staring at the door. We called the police anyway. It took them 12 minutes to arrive. When they pulled up, the woman was gone. But the officer noticed something on the doorframe. Scratch marks. Fresh ones. Thin lines running down the wood, like someone had been digging their nails into it quietly, while we were watching her in the camera. The officer said something I still think about. "She wasn't trying to get you to open the door. She was trying to distract you while someone else tried to get in." To this day, we don't know who the someone else was. We never saw either of them again. Which story scared you the most? Comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true horror stories.